Hello, Aku here again. Welcome to episode 31 of my Ultimate Feed the Beast Let's Play. Now, first thing you'll notice is things have changed a bit in here. I did this after the last episode and before the weld upload. I thought I checked I had enough aluminium blocks to redo the walls to an extent, and I put a lot of glass in. So we've got a nice open factory now. Plenty of light in here. And these aluminium blocks don't seem to have a lot of use, but they look quite nice in this texture pack. So I use them for walls. If you notice on the main server, I use these for walls in my factory there as well. So what we're going to get on with today? Well, there's a thing I want to get on with straight away. I've just been in the quarry clearing the bits of the side walls, like getting bits of uranium and ruby and such like, and I saw a uranium ore in the wall. Now I want to silk touch that out, and I've got no silk touch weapon yet. I could go in the XP grinder and with a stack of books and try and get silk touch, or I can make a Greg Tech tool called a rock breaker. No, it's not. Rock cutter. There she is. And for that I need a couple of titanium ingots, some diamond dust, an autarkic gate, or circuit. So the redstone chipset should be there, should it? Don't know, an RE battery. So we can do that. We can do that. I've sorted some more things out in here. I've added some more. If you remember, I pre-formatted one of these to be ingots, that one. And I've added some more stuff to that. I added some more ingots. And I've added the dust to that for now, but I think I'm going to get rid of that. If you look, we've got quite a bit of iridium there from the ferrous ore that I had stocked up, which is nice. So we can let's hit 9 of them. 7, 8, 9. I've already got a few ingots as well down there. 14 ingots there as well. So we've done quite well out of this, out of the ferrous ore up to now. There we go. We've got 26 iridium ingots. So we could make our first hybrid solar panel actually. It takes 4 ingots to make an iridium plate. I need 2 iridium plates. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. So the dust and that are in there. I need to sort some more of these out. It was getting a bit full. Actually, the unformatted one, that one there, yeah, that one that's not formatted. That one, it was full, but it wasn't full on the amount of bytes used. It was full on the amount of types. You see, it's at 52. So that's why I had to put all the dust into the ingots one, because that just got jammed up and backed everything up because it can only fit 63 types in there. So I need to sort these out, which I'll be doing at some point. If we look down here, I've noticed there's a ridiculous amount of certain things as well. We've got 10k of obsidian. Surely you don't need that much obsidian. I need to put the Zycraft stuff into its own, I think. I need to dedicate one for crafted items, I think, as well. So anything crafted, like the processors, cells, plates and such like, they all need to be in one. See, I've got some more aluminium again, and these zinc ingots need to put into the ingots one. In fact, I'll show you that real quick. So I can show you how I do that. So I'll take them zinc ingots out of there and just drag that ingots one out, put it into the pre-formatter. It's already got that because that was the last one in there. So I'll put that in there, and then all I need to do is click a zinc ingot in there, click format again, pull that out, and now when I put that back in there, that zinc ingot will have been added to the pre-formatting on that one. Oops, what's going on? So that one, now, when I put that zinc ingots in, it should go to the end of there because it's up in that top cell, and this is ordered by cells. So there we go, zinc ingots are in there now. The blast furnace was backed up because it had 1 silicon cell in. Obviously it needs 2 at a time, silicon cells. So that's why we've got some aluminium dust and galena dust. The galena dust I've been putting through the grinder. So you can do various things with galena dust. It gets you sulfur dust and stuff, but I think it's in this one. Yeah, galena ore. If we look at galena ore's uses, can we do it off there? We can. Interesting. Industrial grinder, just with water. It gets us 2 galena dust and a sulfur dust. And then the galena dust I'm putting in the blast furnace, the industrial blast furnace. You could put it through electrolyzer, break that down further, into sulfur dust, lead dust, silver dust. So each two of them will get you nearly 1 lead or 1 silver. Or you can put it in the blast furnace and each two of them gets you a full silver or a lead ingot. And I don't need the sulfur, so I've done it that way, so I'm getting more silver and lead from my galena ore, which is kind of nice. And everything else I need to check out in there. No, that's about it for in there. As I said before, I need to get a second induction furnace to process all this non-ore stuff, cinnabar for example, because this is full. Oops, that's full. I've got the aluminium in there for now, but that's full. I need to sort that out. Right, I was going to make a rock breaker. For that we need, what was it? So I've got 47 titanium up to now. I put a couple of stacks of, I think I put 1 stack of rubies into dust, and I think I put a couple of stacks of redstone through here. There's another 57 platinum in there, which is cool. Because there's 2 redstone blocking that. I know that can go in. So I put some redstone through the centrifuge. I think I put a stack of dust of rubies through the macerator, make it into dust. And I can do that again just to show you. So we've got plenty of rubies. I'm just doing 64 at a time. 64 in there will make 64 ruby dust. And ruby dust, I think you need 9 at a time. Into the electrolyzer will get you some chrome. That's where that chrome's come from, just so you know. Now I think it was 2 of them we needed. And it was 3 diamond dust. For diamond dust I actually need to macerate diamonds. That'll get us some diamond dust. Will that go there? No, it won't. Let's just sneak that there for now so we get them quicker. And we needed an RE battery, so we can use that redstone there. We need a copper cable. Now diamond dust should be down the bottom. There we go. And what was the other thing we needed? It was a circuit, wasn't it? A copper cable, and it asked for an autarkic gate or a standard circuit, which is strange, but we can use an autarkic gate. We've got some there. So there's our RE battery. If I remember right, it was 3 of them, 2 of them. Is it 1 of them there, and 1 of them there? Yep, and that's certainly, oh, that does work. Look, so it was asking for an autarkic gate, but redstone gold chips are a lot cheaper. So there's our rock cutter. Excellent. Now, does this charge from the jetpack? No, it doesn't. Good. I don't think it would. That's no big deal. Another thing I want to make, which is not on the board, is an auto charging thing. It was in a ender pouch like I did on the main server. I should be doing that pretty soon as well. They're not that expensive to make. You use the charger mat, which is another GregTech machine. Charger mat, there it is. It needs 4 energy flow circuits, or 4 platinum, and the GregTech computer cube. That is quite, at the stage we're at now, it is quite expensive, but eventually that's not so expensive. Maybe a little bit expensive to do just now. So we've got a rock cutter. You can enchant these with books. They're extremely slow. If you put efficiency 4 onto it, it makes it a lot nicer. And electric tools and like the jetpack and stuff, if you put unbreaking on them, they don't use electricity, they don't use charge so quick. So I think this is iridium ore here. It looks like it to me. It probably lead. They look very similar in this texture pack, but the speed that's going, I'm pretty sure this is iridium. So it's definitely worth making a rock cutter for. So I'll just break that. Come on, it takes age. Like I say, putting efficiency onto your rock cutter really makes a difference. There we go. 1 iridium ore, and now we can deal with that. We can deal with that in a better way. We've got a bit of lava in the bottom of this quarry here. I could deal with sorting. So I'm going to finish sorting this off. Sorting this out even. And I should be back in a little while. And I'm back again. I'm up on the roof. I just sorted the quarry out. While I'm up on the roof, I'll show you I've got 6 of the advanced solar panels now. So they're all doing the job quite nicely. So I've got a total of 64 solar panels up here. 6 banks of 8 there, 2 banks of 8 there. And while I'm up here, just there's a question in one of the last videos. How do you change hover mode on the jetpack? It's by default it's the K button. Oops. That's a lie. That's a total lie. I apologise. Not the K button at all. What have I moved it to? It's mode switch key. So I must have set that to semicolon then. So it's, when I said it's a K button, that was a lie. I apologise. That's apparently Muse keyband GUI, which sounds something voxely. I think that's something to do with a voxel pack. I've no idea. No idea. But that's how you change it there. It's options, controls, and scroll down to mode switch key, and you can set it to what you want there. There was also a question in an earlier video that how do you change the F9 bindings for this. Pardon me. This is a bit trickier. You have to actually go into the NEI config and change the key binding in there, and it's set to something called, it's set to 67, which is F9, and something called LJGWL codes. There's a page on the Minecraft forum under key codes that shows you what they marry up to, so you can change it in there. One last thing with the jetpack is if you press the control when you're flying, you fly real quick. It takes more energy, but pretty good for getting around a bit quicker. That's only in a straight line if you've got hover mode on, so you still only hover up and down quite slow. That's quite useful as well. Okay, let's jump back in here. We've got that iridium ore. Now the reason why I wanted to silk touch that is I'm going to show you right now. If we press U while we're hovering over that, so your pulverizer will get us 2 iridium ore and a platinum dust. Macerator 2 iridium ore, industrial grinder 2 iridium ore and a platinum dust with water. But again, if we do it with mercury, we get an actual platinum dust, which I think it's worth doing. It's worth silk touching if you see it. So we can get that in there. I've still got 62 ferrous ore in there, okay. And any silk touched iridium we get wants to be in there, so we can add that to that. And we can stick that in there, and I think I should have 64 of mercury sat in here waiting. I have. So we can throw them in there as well. And that'll start sorting that ferrous out. And because there's only 62 ferrous, it'll sort that out as well. I'm going to grab another 64 empty cells. I made some more cells. I don't know if I mentioned that. That's working like a dream. The cells thing. It really is. It's maintaining that 65 real nice. It's all working very nice. Now that's Quicksilver with this texture pack. Now it's changed, so that's how it looks. So let's just make another 64 of them. At some point this will be getting automated using a level indicator as well, like the water one. I think I'm going to do is spread this, extend this right down here, right around this corner, and spread the machines out a bit. I know I need at least 1 more induction furnace, and probably a couple more electrolyzers, a couple more centrifuges, one of them things. And something else mentioned in a comment, I was complaining about having to change the part number of the ingots that are different. I believe, yeah, I did. I made an electric crafting table early on off camera. I didn't like the way it worked. So that's a in out of 32. So we could just attach it to that for now, but I'm just going to put it there for now. So I don't like the way this looks. It looks like, I'm guessing the green's the input and the red's the output, so we should be able to make that work using the buses there from the Applied Energistics. If you go into this crafting table, now part of why I don't like this, I think, is because of my texture pack. I've no idea what that button does. No idea at all. And then this button, you can cycle through, and there should be one that looks like an hourglass. That one, I believe. I think you can tiny dusts through this one of these as well, so that may be worth looking at. Is that to make tiny dusts into dusts? So these do have. This is a GridTech machine. It's called electric auto crafting table. Now, where was it again? This symbol here should put any ingots that come through it, should make them into the IC2 GridTech variant, which is the same as what comes out of this. So it should make any ingots I put through there in that mode. Let's just try one of them. Should turn into that 5267 semicolon 5. So I don't know how it works. Where do they go? Because I can't put anything in there. Do I put them in there? See, there's another window there that I can't actually access. Right, again, I think that's my texture pack issue. Of course it needs power, so it ain't going to do anything just sat there, is it? Let's sling it up there. And let's just give it a try with one of these. And I'll probably, if it... Oh, there we go. So it's made it into the right one, by the look of it. Is that just a ghost image? I guess that's just a ghost image, yeah. So that does work. So let's just gonna put that back there because it's the right one already. I may set that up. That's alright. And I wonder how it works with dusts then. So let's try that with 4 dusts. And we've got a load of silver dust. Jesus, got loads of dusts. Iron, tin. Let's do it with that iron dust. Grab a couple of stacks of that. So I think that's a dust mode. Seems to work. Quite slow though. That's okay. I can start feeding dust into there. And I wonder if it'll. Wonder what it does with odd numbers. Let's try. So there's 3 iron dust in there. And this is the kind of thing I should be doing off camera, really, working all this stuff out, and so I can show you how it actually works. If I put 4 of them in there. Okay, so that's not getting the weight, so that could be very useful for sorting my dust out. Excellent. That's strange, that put one on its own there. That bottom one there just puts one on its own. Okay, I can do a bit of more testing with that. I'll get that set up properly, and if it works, it seems to work, which is very nice if it does, we can automatically send it all these dusts and get them changed into all these tiny dusts, get these changed to proper dusts into a big dust, which of course are set to go straight into there. So they've already been zipped through and processed into ingots. Very nice. Excellent. So that's that. So thank you for that comment. Again, sorry, I can't remember who it was. I should have made a note of that before I started talking about it. Put them buckets back there for now, and we'll leave that out so I don't forget about it. Plop. And what are we on to next? So another comment is I'm not making enough UU matter. That's definitely correct. You see, I've just drained all my energy because I've turned that on and I forgot about it. Now the problem with this is if I drain all the energy and there's things going through here, they say this gets insufficient energy line because I've drained all the energy and using the matter fabricator. The problem is when these go into this mode, insufficient energy line, they try and draw energy every second or so. I don't know if it's a number of ticks, but what that means is sometimes you can't get back into a positive again because every time it's trying to get positive, it can pull energy unless you've got enough power, unless you've got enough there to actually start processing again. So you see this keeps pulling it back And it may pull itself back, but I'm not confident, especially if there's a few of these that are all trying to work. So that's trying to work every X ticks as well, and that is, so all these are trying to do a test pull every I don't know how long it is. So what I need to do is I need to let this build up a bit again before I let them work, otherwise it's just going to stay stuck in that loop for God knows how long. So to do that, I'm just going to break that cable, and that should start filling up again now. Actually, it's not going to start filling up just yet because it's going to fill that up first. So that'll do that. Fill that up, fill that buffer there, and then once we've got a bit of energy in there, I'll put that cable back, and all these guys should have enough power to start pulling again. Now you can see how much power each thing actually pulls if you look at the, if you press U, you look at the page there for that, you see that takes 12,800 EU per INR. So when that's only got 1,600 EU or 1,200 EU, you can see that it's never going to be able to pull enough to do that process until it's got a bit of a buffer in there. That's an issue you need to be aware of. I could set it, I guess, so that there's a EU splitter there that turns this all off if there's no energy for a certain amount of time. I suppose I could do that. I also can set a control on this, which I think I might do, so that whenever these are full, so I'd have to put a sensor on one of these. I'd have to make it so that whenever one of these is full, probably this end one, whenever that had 10 million EU in it, which generally if this one's full, if any one of them's full, you've got enough to make a UU matter, then it can turn the signal off on this, which is pretty straightforward using a state cell and a NOT gate probably. So I'll get on with that as well. So I'm going to cut the camera for now, and I'll come back with something to do, and we'll see where to go next. I'll see you in a bit. And we're back, and a little bit of time's passed since the last part. So our EU has recovered significantly, so I can get my bit of glass fibre cable and plop that back there, and now these guys should all kick back in. There we go, the insufficient energy line's gone, and these are all okay, these must be sharing the power coming through that line, and it must not be happy that right, I should actually make an EU reader so we can see how the power flow is going through all this. So really there I've got several bits of kit going through one line that's restricting it all to 128. Got stuck on the bloody top of that there. So that MV there is restricting that line to 128. So of course these all need, you add up the need of all these, it's going to add up to more than 128 definitely. So we may have to wait until these backlogs have gone for that to be okay. It should be alright though, as long as that's still pulling and that's still pulling. So I think we're okay. They'll gradually get that backlog down, and this will gradually still fill up. So we'll leave that for now. We'll come back to that just before the end of the episode, see how it's doing. I made a couple of changes. One of the first things I did was made an extra induction furnace, so that's good there. So what we can do is we can spin that up, and all these other bits of things we want to process straight away from the quarry we can put in there. So what I want is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types of Zycraft block, cinnabar ore, and I believe there's an aluminium already in there. So let's have a look. There's not an aluminium there. Yeah, well, Oops, don't want to do that. So export config. Okay, that ain't working. Exported items. I'm guessing they need an export bus still, because they're not also ejected into that. I need a bit more. Okay, I need to do a bit more work with that. I'm going to work that out then. One of the wires on the back. Okay, yeah, that's not working as I thought it was. So I shall need to come back to that. The electric crafting table I hit with a pick and destroyed, so I thought I might as well show you how to make one of them. I'll put them back for now. That's obviously not working as I thought it was. I hit it with a pick and it broke it down into a machine part. One of them things there, machine parts. So I need to make a new one, and they're pretty straightforward. If you've got thermal expansion, they take electrum. I think if you've not got thermal expansion, they take something else instead. What we need out of here is 4 bits of wood. Where's my wood? There it is. 4 bits of wood, because we need a basic crafting table, which is the start of the recipe. That goes in the middle. Now let's have a look at electric crafting table. So we need an RE battery, some pulsating chipsets, our machinal crafting table. Yeah, okay, so we just need to make an RE battery first. Oh Jesus, come on. And cable, there's one. RE battery, 4 electrum, crafting table in the middle, steel machinal at the bottom, which is just machine parts surrounded by 8 bits of steel, and then 2 pulsating chipsets. There and there. An electric crafting table, so there's that. Throw that glass cable on the floor for no apparent reason. And this I've set up wrong anyway, because the input's on the side and the output's on the side, so that's going to want an extra gap there, like so. And we don't want to do that. We want to face that way. So that'll be the export and that'll be the import. So import bus on that side and export bus, there's one. Export bus on that side. And we should be able to set that now to sort out all our ingots first, and then once they're done I'm going to set it to do the tiny dusts. So we'll set it to that first, get our ingots all the same. Then once that's done, I'm going to set that to the dust mode, and that'll keep making the tiny dust into full dust. So that'll be ready for next episode. I'll have that all finished off. This thing here, I was just going to try with a level emitter right on the front of it. I was curious. Actually, I was going to put it on the bottom of the way. So let's see if this works. So, oops, pop down there. Let's fasten the level emitter to the system. So I need to have a cable there, like so. That's right, isn't it? Yep. It's looking good. I wonder, do they actually have to touch? Oh, will that actually act as a redstone signal from there? Let's have a look how that actually fits. Now can I turn that round at all? Now will that act as a redstone signal onto that? Or does it actually have to be touching it? Something else I need to test. Yep. So what I need to grab is one of them. And in our level indicator, I want to make sure that we've got at least 16 of them in the system. We don't need loads. So if I have 16 floating in the system, so that should keep that signal on. and then this import export bus we want Quicksilver. Quicksilver, where are you? There you are. And an empty cell. So we'll very soon find out if that redstone signal is working. So that's putting them in. Oops. That's putting them in, and it's actually working. What's going on? Okay, that's filling that. That's doing a stack at a time. What's going on here then? Why are you not putting cells in there? It's very strange. Oh, I must put him in for a different direction. Okay, that makes sense. So I've cocked that off as well. So this is it probably puts them in from the bottom like everything else. Of course it does. So this is a catalogue of errors I'm showing you here. So I think I probably should finish the episode before I screw it else up. The one other thing I wanted to do was I didn't like the Igneous extruder on top of there, so I was going to mess around a little bit with the router, but I'm probably going to cock this off as well the way it's going. But what I want to do is I want to break that block behind there, so easiest way is just break that line for a second. I want my Igneous extruder to go down there out of the way, and I just want to fill that up with water and lava. Let's set that to an input. And fill it up with water and lava. Now I've got that texture issue there again. So is that filling up? Yep, that's filled up with lava. And same with water. And that should have been long enough, I think. Yep, so that's good. That's making cobblestone. Let's sort that out. And then for the router we need couple of upgrades, so let's check that out. I showed you how to make the router before, and in the previous episode I also showed you how to make the identifier. Now we're going to need an identifier in this recipe here, logic matrix identifier. I showed you how to make that using the crystallizer. If you remember, it was up there. So let's make one of them real quick. We've got a router that's just made with dark iron, which I've shown previously, and iron ender, blah blah blah. So machine filter, we want 4 dark iron ingots, 2 silver, a book, an identifier, and a redstone torch. So let's start at the top, redstone torch, and a stick. Should make a stack of these really. Redstone torch, and we should have some dark iron in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to need a ejector upgrade as well, so that's probably another 4. And there's some silver in there, and there was a logic matrix identifier, which remember I made 16 logic matrices, and I've got one identifier ready, so I believe I showed on camera. And now just a book, okay. And for a book we've got leather in there. Yep. And we've got some paper over here. Let's just run over here real quick. Grab some paper out of there. And inventory is a massive mess, but we can use this to get what we need for now. There's a machine filter. There's our one upgrade we need. And the other one is a ejector. No, insert. Machine filter. We don't need an ejector. We don't need an ejector. So what I want is I need that to be turned round. So it's got an output side, which I believe is to the right. Yep. And then our router can go there, and that should insert into top sides. The recycler. Is that right? And just to make sure that only goes into the recycler, I don't think it's touching anything else. I think we're safe there. I think we're safe. We'd actually need a machine filler by the look of it. That's putting cobble from the Ignis extruder into the top of the recycler, so it's going into the right slot. So that's working nice. We didn't actually need the machine filter after all. So I'm still managing to screw up. And all I want to do now is I actually wanted to put a level indicator on there as well. So can we do that in LAN? Let's see. Will you go in LAN, level indicator? Excellent. And I need a bit of scrap then. Bit of scrap. Got some scrap in here somewhere. There we go. And we can set that so that, just double check, that should not be working now. That's correct. We can set that so that as long as there's, let's go with 16 again. As long as there's 16 scrap in the network, that's not working. Why are you not working? There's definitely 16 scrap in there. Or is there not? Oh, there maybe isn't. Okay. Must have been more than one scrap in there. Okay, there's at least 16 scrap in there, so I never realised how much we'd used. We have got quite a bit in there. Well, that's excellent then, so that at least that looks to be working as I intended it to. So whenever our UU matter uses some scrap, our matter fabricator, the recycler should make some more. Excellent. So I'll sort all the rest of these mistakes out. As I said before, let's just check this is still working. So that's got a silicon cell stuck in there. I need to change that to the interface. That's sorted that out, so they've all gone. And they've all gone. So yeah, it's all caught up fine. Everything's back as it should be over this way. Yep. So I think I'll leave it there before I break anything else. I'll sort out how these work, get my head around it a bit, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye.